On the last episode of Pugliese Speak Shop, we learned that I might have overlooked a couple things when I bought this car, just because I was so excited to find it. So on this episode, we're going to go over all the things that I probably should have looked at when I bought it. I still would have bought it though. Well guys, here's a list of what we had on LeMans, and we're going to completely forget about that because that was the old plan. So the new plan is, much like we figured out towards the end of the last video, assessment. We got to assess this thing. So back when I was in the Navy, we get a new aircraft, we do an acceptance inspection where we look over everything, right? We pull all the panels off, we look for corrosion, we write all sorts of gripes and figure out what the last guy didn't care about and what we do care about, kind of thing. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to get this thing up on jacks, and we're going to get underneath it, which I got a sneaking suspicion I might need a tetanus shot first, but I knew that going into it. So if you guys remember, you might have seen it in the last video, I'm pretty sure I talked about it before, this is what the floorboard looks like. That's not stock, that's some kind of sign, which is also jacked up. So yeah, I know I need a floorboard there at a minimum. So to be expected, I know the bottoms of this door are not in great shape. I know the wheel well arches are not in great shape. I'm not fixing all that right now, probably not fixing any of that right now, because I just want to drive this thing and I'm okay with it being kind of a beater. I want it presentable, so I ain't got to put it all one color, get rid of that red crap when it warms up, not on this video, so that's just future down the road. I know I've been talking a lot of trash about the shape of this car and things I didn't know. In no way does that mean that I'm mad I bought the car. I'm not upset at Barry, the previous owner. He told me everything. And he didn't hide nothing, so I'm not worried about that. I bought this car in emotion. And I'd probably do it again. But doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. So I can use this opportunity to show you guys some things that you might want to look out for, so you don't buy a car strictly on emotion and end up in a similar situation. Like I said, I'd buy it again because I love it. And I'm an idiot. What are you going to do? Especially since, so I bought this car, and then about 2 or 3 months later, another one came up with the proper interior, color and dash, everything was dead on. It was black, but that wasn't the original color. However, it was brand new black paint, not a stitch of rust on it. It was lowered 6 inches, which was disgusting. But that'd be a lot easier to fix than the stuff I got going on here. So my advice to you, oh, and it was like maybe $1,000 more. And only had 50,000 miles on it. So my advice is wait for the right car. This, I still believe, was the right car for me because I firm believer that everything happens for a reason. But if I had a little more patience, I might be driving it right now instead of working on it, which I ain't mad about. I love working on them. But I also wouldn't mind driving it. So just something to think about. So we're going to start, like I said, we're going to put this thing on jacks once I'm done rambling. Get underneath it. We're going to pull the wheels, check the brakes. We're going to do all that kind of stuff. I think first what I'm going to do, I got a sneaking suspicion that the alternator is not working. So I'm going to show you guys how to troubleshoot that, how to test it, and then figure it out from there. As far as fixing it, GM one wire is the only way to go. That's what every one of my other old cars have. So if that's bad on this, that's what we're throwing in there. Then we'll go from there. If that's something you guys want to watch, right now, click subscribe. Go ahead, do it. It's cool. It don't cost you nothing. All right, guys. So there's two ways to check this. See if the alternator is charging. So first, you go ahead and check this here, right? So we're at there you go, 12 volts. Good. So that's a good battery. We're at 12 volts, right? So now we'll fire it up. We'll check it again. Now the car is running. So we're at almost 15 volts, right? So it's charging. That's one way to find out. Here's the other. Disconnect the battery, right? If it wasn't charging, if it was only running off the battery, it would have died right there. Those are the two ways you can find out if your alternator is charging. You got the right way, you got the side of the roadway. They both work. Some newer cars with the relays and whatnot, the second one won't work. But old stuff like this, pretty foolproof. Just another quick note, when you're trying to troubleshoot that to see if your alternator is working, some alternators, especially I think the one wires is one of the ones, you got to kick up the RPM a little bit. So if it's not charging, you know, this was on the high idle, so obviously going to do it. Kick it up a little bit off the idle, and sometimes it's got to be just a little bit more RPM to get that thing spinning a little enough, just to go ahead and start charging. So don't, just because it's idle and it's not, you disconnect it and it dies, or you got the meter on it and it's still only reading 12, it should be reading 14-ish. Kick up the, give a little gas, and if it starts charging, cool. If not, you probably got a bad alternator or a bad wire. Check wires before you start throwing parts of stuff. All right. We got the jack stands out. We're going to throw this thing up in the air and see how bad she really is. All right, well, we'll take a look at the quarter panel. Well, you can see the corner of the door. It's not good. Quarter panel, yeah, we already knew a lot of this stuff. Oh, okay. That's, yeah. Cool. We knew we had to replace this, so it's not a huge surprise or anything like that. And then, yeah, that's some of the. Okay, like I said, quarters we knew were pretty much shot. We might try, yeah, whatever. Exhaust, still got a sticker on it, so it's newer. And I was pretty sure it was leaking, but I don't see anywhere it's bad. Actually, it's run nice. They did a good job with that, tucked it in good. Normal stuff, bottom of the bumper, you know, some pitting chrome and whatnot. Nothing too bad on this side anyways. Back here, so go ahead and look towards the front here. So you already saw the back of the door, not good. Front of the door, yeah, worse. The other side has this like chrome molding that goes here. So I'm thinking it's just, you can see the mount for it right there. So I'm thinking that probably held in a lot of crap over the years, and that's why that looks like that. But, and you see the little tacks along the way. Not the end of the world. I kind of knew that was there. So we knew the front floorboard looked like this. That's nice. We knew that. That's not a surprise. A little bit of a surprise. The back one, just about the same. So there's that. But said some things are better, some things are worse. This is a little worse than I thought. Exhaust, really good shape all the way up. Really nice clean bends. Whoever shop did this did a nice job. One thing that's kind of ghetto, this hose clamp is not holding on the pipe. The pipe is welded there. It's just going around the hanger there. Who cares? It's up there. It's good and solid. I'm not worried about the exhaust. That's this right here. That's carpet. Oh yeah. That's the back carpet. So let's see if we put a plan together for this. I know you can find front floorboards. Not sure about rears. I can beat some metal in submission and weld it in if I have to. Guess we'll play that by ear. Like I said, this is just the assessment. So, what else we got? A little further forward. Transmission is very, very wet, as is right behind it on the cross member and whatnot, which makes sense because look at the floor. And it is low on fluid because it's kind of slipping a little bit getting in and out of the garage here. And there's a puddle outside too, and I've had to put fluid in it before. So I'm thinking it kind of looks, you can't really see from this angle, but it looks like the, maybe. I'm hoping the seal is bad. Just on the, although it does look like it's coming from a little higher. That's probably oil from the remain or something. I'm not sure. But it looks like, well, maybe we can drop the pan and change that seal and fix that. That'd be sweet. That's our first plan of action, I guess. We'll look at that. Let's go around the other side and see what we got over there. Well, here over on the right side, we, yep. This quarter shot too. Again, not a surprise. Looks like, yeah. Not a big surprise. We knew we were replacing that. Here's this exhaust pipe on this side. Again, it was obviously done all at the same time. Looks legit. So you can see that hose clamp on this side, same thing. Just for the hanger. It might be rattling a little bit. Maybe that's what I'm hearing. We'll see. Now, I might have lied to you guys earlier, but I didn't mean to. I said that the floor in the trunk was solid. This would suggest otherwise. Well, look at it coming down. Yeah, this would suggest otherwise. Yep, that's carpet. So, trunk pan, or at least a big patch of it. I don't know how far over that goes. Maybe, hopefully just to there, and probably just patch up. We'll pull the carpet out in there and find out for sure how deep we got to go on that. But looking forward of it, about the same as the other side back here, other than this trunk pan. I do like to see the suspension in this. This is nice with the coil springs rather than leaf springs. That's why this thing rides as good as it does, I'm sure. Let's see what we got over here. So this side has this molding still on it. Guess what that is, huh? The molding is hiding quite a little bit there. And here, yeah. I'm sure the front of the door looks the same. I'm not sure who painted this, but I don't know. Not here to judge. We know it wasn't the best paint job, and that's all right. Again, exhaust looks real good, tucked up nice. This floor looks solid. Yeah. No carpet sticking out. It's a step in the right direction. So, something I noticed here when I was looking under it before. What does it say here? Barry's car. That's on the drive shaft. So, he did say that the motor and trans were rebuilt. Would make sense that the drive shaft would come out. So, like I said, I don't believe he lied to me at all. Why else would you write your name on the drive shaft unless it was out? So, yeah, everything seems to be good on the exhaust. So maybe split one clamps a little loose, a little bit here. A little bit wet up by the motor too. This is that cover for the flywheel, torque converter, all that stuff. Not a showstopper, obviously. Passenger side floorboard looks legit all the way around, so that's good, front and back. So it's just the other side, I guess. And couple leaks. The Fram oil filter. Power steering looks like it's leaking a little bit. And yeah, not too bad. Like I said, some better, some worse than we thought we were going to find. But let's go take a look up the front suspension and whatnot, see what's going on over there. All right, here we are at the front of the car. We've got some leaf storage going on there at the A-arms. A little bit on both sides. Oh, well, come here. Bushings don't look awful. They were replaced at some point. So we got some leakage here. I think that's power steering. It's hitting the sway bar. It's a little shiny. Motor mounts are in there. Don't look too bad. Yes. Power steering hose is wet, so that might be the problem. Uh-oh. A little bit of coolant there. So she might be low. We'll check that. And It could be coming from. No. Looks like it'll be coming from up there. It's running down from there. See, it's running down the hose, pulling up a little bit there and leaking. So one of the heater hoses maybe, or just snugged up, or maybe it's leaking. We'll find out. Some of a little nuts with the RTV on this oil pan gasket. Probably not need that well. We'll see. But all right. Like I said, some parts are better, some parts are worse than we thought, but no huge showstoppers. So I guess we'll call it a win. All right, we got underneath it, went through all that, know where we're sitting there. Let's pull these wheels off of this thing and see what the brakes and whatnot look like. Well, we took a look at the whole car. Some stuff we probably should have looked at a while ago. Not too concerned with the leaks. Coolant leak, might be able to tighten that up. Maybe a new hose or something shouldn't be too bad. Good news is the coolant's green, so that's a step in the right direction. Shows it was taken care of, or it was recently changed or whatever. What else we got? Trans leak. Yep. So I'm gonna order a seal, change the filter while I'm at it, new fluid. Hopefully that takes care of that leak. What else we got? Power steering, probably just need a hose, so I'll get that on order. Brakes were all legit. Finally got that last drum off, and that's good to go. So drivability shouldn't be too bad. We got some electrical stuff that we know about. We're going to touch that in another video. But the basic safety inspection stuff doesn't look too bad. That's the good side. Oh, and the exhaust, like brand new, legit. So that's cool. I thought that was going to leak. Doesn't seem to be the case at all. That's the good side. The bad stuff, rust. Jersey car. I should have known. I knew some. I guess I was being optimistic. But what are you going to do? We got to take care of it. That's all there is to it. Yeah, I kept talking about that other car earlier, right? Like, hey man, I could have had that and whatever. This thing here is going to mean so much more when I get it done. It already means a lot. So it'll be even more. So, like I said earlier, even if I saw that stuff before, which most of it I knew, still would have bought the car. So, I'm going to end this video here. And hopefully get these parts in and get this thing going. So until then, like, share, subscribe, ring the bell, tell a friend. And as always, thanks for watching.